What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Gavin here, and today we're giving first impressions of GUERLAIN Le Homme Idéal Eau de Parfum. Hey YouTube, as you can tell, this fragrance is completely boxed, completely packaged, totally unopened. That's because today we're giving a little bit of a change from the usual content, where I've been giving this whole full-on reviews. Today is a first impression video, and this fragrance I have, which is GUERLAIN Le Homme Idéal Eau de Parfum, is a total blind buy for me. And it wasn't planned to be like that. Something about me is I have a Disney annual pass, which I love. I'm a total Disney adult. As you can tell, I got some pass holder magnets, which I've been saving up from this year. But me and my sister, we go to Disney all the time. And for those of you that have had a chance to go to Disney and even the park Epcot, there are some different places, like in different countries that have fragrance inside. And I heard about this fragrance in a review, and I just had to get it. So we're already planning to go to Epcot, and while I was there, I was hoping to see this one, but it is the only one they didn't have. The worker claimed that it had been discontinued, which obviously it has not. It is readily available pretty much anywhere. They just didn't want to admit they didn't have it, so that sucks. Which I'm pretty against blind buying. Most of my collection has been blind bought, if we're being honest. But most of the time it doesn't work out very good, which is why in each video you can tell I've had a change in collection. I've been selling a lot of stuff that I blind bought and did not like. So let's hope that that is not what happens today. Let's get into this fragrance. So here we have the presentation of the fragrance, which is in your generic box. It has GUERLAIN on the front as well as the fragrance name, and at the bottom you get your concentration. Nothing on the top or the sides. On the back you get GUERLAIN again, some of your ingredients, and on the bottom you'll get some information about your batch, some more random words. Nothing too special coming out of GUERLAIN with this fragrance. But here's where the fun begins. Let's open it up and check it out. Oh man. There we go. Okay. Finally got the packaging off. Let's see what's inside. All right. So here we got our GUERLAIN bottle. Let's get the focus on so you can see the name on the front, the concentration, the GUERLAIN logo again. Pretty generic bottle. This is the 100 ml. Nothing special out of it. I do like the kind of timeless design that GUERLAIN uses. That's nothing special. It's nothing that you'll see out of the Xerjoff, the Jean-Paul Gaultier, but just a normal bottle. You do get a cap that clicks onto place. Very nice. The GUERLAIN logo on the cap, as well as on top of the atomizer. Nothing on the back or the sides. On the bottom you do get the batch code, some more information about the fragrance. Let's get to the smell. So before we talk about the smell of the fragrance, I want to talk about what I'm hoping to smell. I love the smell of cherry in fragrances. One of my favorite fragrances that I hope to own one day, but it's very expensive. It's a Mind Games, and I'm pretty sure it's called French Defense. It has an incredible cherry note. I was walking through Neiman Marcus one day, smelled it, fell in love instantly. But there's not many good options for cherry fragrances, especially if you're looking for something masculine. Cherry is a pretty feminine note in fragrances, but I've heard even though this has a honestly somewhat feminine note breakdown with all the almond, the florals, the cherry, a bunch of other stuff, is that it is masculine leaning. So I'm really hoping that this is a masculine, attractive cherry fragrance and not gonna make me smell like a girl. Let's get to the smell. That's really good. Let's test it out skin. That is very, very good. So as I said, this is a very cherry heavy fragrance, and all the hype, I think is worth it. To me, this, like I said, this is my first time ever smelling this fragrance. It's a total blind buy. The opening is very good. It, to me, smells like a cherry Coke, which I'm not against. Thankfully, it's really not at all feminine. I was really worried with that almond, some of those florals, the cherry, that this would come off feminine, but it does come out not like a candied cherry, but a pretty dark cherry, as this does have a little bit of incense as well as tonka in the base. That makes this fragrance very well rounded and still smell very masculine. So for me, the most prominent things I'm picking up It's 100% that cherry. Thankfully that almond isn't too prominent, as that is a feminine leading note. I think it adds some good base, but really my nose doesn't pick it off, especially off skin. But besides that cherry, you do get a lot of vanilla and a lot of things in the middle and the base, which is surprising that not many of those top notes are very prominent. I can still kind of smell them if I'm really looking for them, but just smelling this, or if somebody was to walk past you and you have this on, they're gonna pick up that cherry, that tonka, a lot of that leather, and some really good, very smooth vanilla. This fragrance is very well rounded, and I could see this being worn to maybe even like an office scent if you're going to a more formal occasion, even something like a wedding, a special dinner, night out. I think you have a lot of options with this fragrance, even though it is kind of dark, might be cooler for the cool weather. Probably not something I'll be reaching for on a summer day. Maybe in the spring I could get away with this, but I do believe this is a nighttime fragrance that, for what it is pretty versatile. And if you're looking for a cherry fragrance, I think this is totally something for you. Is this blind buy worthy? If you like cherry fragrances, I'd say so. If not, I think this is one you could pass on. I was able to pick up my bottle for $60 off aurafragrance.com. I'll leave a link to it down in the description. But I think for $60, you get a great fragrance. It smells very well blended, very smooth. Definitely not cheap. If anything, Guerlain is considered a niche. And if you're not going to call it a niche, it is a very high-end designer company. And I think if you like cherry, this is one worth at least checking out, maybe even buying a sample of, or just buying a full bottle. But if you don't like cherry, this will not be for you. With that all being said, I'll give this fragrance probably an 8 out of 10. I do wish that cherry was a little bit brighter. I like that it's dark. This is not a feminine fragrance and is definitely masculine leaning. But I do wish that cherry was a little bit more prominent, which in the future I will get a full review out where I can talk about this fragrance from start to finish, projection, longevity. This is not that type of video. This is just opening out the box, seeing what it's like. And if you should check it out as well, which I do enjoy, I will be getting a lot of wear on this. And in the future, I will 100% be dropping a full review of this fragrance. If that's something you'd want to see, please let me know down in the comments. If there is anything else in my collection that you would want me to talk about and review, again, comments is a great place to let me know. I really enjoy getting to read you guys' comments, interact with y'all. But if you enjoyed today's video, I ask that you leave a like, you subscribe, and let me know how you felt about it down in the comments. But thank you all for watching. I appreciate your time. I hope you all have a great rest of your week, and God bless.